I'm still trying to process what we just witnessed at Daytona. There are heartbreaks in racing. And then there's the kind that just punches you straight in the gut and leaves you staring at the screen in silence. This year's Daytona 500 gave us one of those moments. The kind that reminds you why we love this sport and why it can hurt so bad. Because when you're leading the biggest race in stock car racing with 1 lap to go, you can almost taste immortality. You can almost see your name etched into history. And then, in a split second, it's gone. That's what makes Daytona so magical and so cruel. It doesn't care about your storyline. It doesn't care about your grind. It doesn't care how perfect your day has been. It can flip everything upside down in the blink of an eye. And something happened on that final lap that we're going to be talking about for a long, long time. Before we dive into it, if you felt that emotion too, if you live and breathe NASCAR every single week like I do, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to NASCAR Nation Report. We're a new channel. We're chasing our first 5,000 subscribers, and we're building this with real fans who actually care about this sport. All right, let's talk about what really went down at Daytona. On February 15, 2026, at Daytona International Speedway, we didn't just watch another Daytona 500. We watched a young driver come within 2.5 miles of changing his entire career, and then have it ripped away. Carson Hocevar, 23 years old from Portage, Michigan, came into this season as the 2024 Rookie of the Year, driving the number 77 Spectrum Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports. And let's be honest, he's not a household name yet. But if you follow this sport closely, you know he's been knocking on the door. In 2025, he had 2 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and that career-best second-place finish at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You could feel the growth. You could see the confidence building. But what made this weekend wild was that he didn't just show up for Sunday. He pulled triple duty. He ran the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series, the only driver doing all 3 during Speed Weeks. That's a grind. Physically, mentally, emotionally, especially at Daytona. Thursday, strong start. He finished second in his dual qualifying race behind Chase Elliott and locked himself into the Daytona 500 starting 6th. That's exactly where you want to be, near the front, but not a sitting duck. Friday night in the truck race, total nightmare. He wins stage 1. Banks stage points. Looks fast. Looks in control. And then, tire issues. Spins. Not once, not twice, 3 separate times. Back-to-back cautions. His truck literally shuts off while he's leading. He ends the night in 35th with a DNF. That kind of frustration lingers with you. Saturday in the Xfinity race. He straps into a Young's Motorsports Chevy and tries to keep it clean. But this is Daytona. He gets caught up in not 1, but 2 multi-car wrecks. Finishes 20th, 2 races, 2 disappointments. So by the time Sunday rolls around, you're thinking, man, this kid deserves a break. And Sunday? Sunday he drove like a star. The Daytona 500 itself was absolute chaos. 25 different leaders, 65 lead changes, a record for this race. It felt like every 10 laps, someone new was at the front. Hocevar played it smart from the beginning. Lap 6 caution, he pits early to maximize fuel. When stage 1 ends on lap 65, most of the field comes down pit road. He stays out. Crosses the line 4th, 7 stage points. That matters, especially early in the season. His teammates at Spire, Daniel Suarez and Michael McDowell, also grabbed stage points. That whole organization looked organized, disciplined, calm. Stage 2, survival mode. Lap 124, absolute mayhem. A 20-car pileup erupts in the tri-oval after contact involving Justin Allgaier and Denny Hamlin. Cars everywhere, smoke, sheet metal flying, and somehow, Hocevar threads the needle. Why? Because he was at the back conserving fuel. Sometimes being patient at Daytona saves your entire day. Then we get to the final stage. Fuel strategy becomes everything. Hocevar and McDowell are communicating, planning to work together. McDowell, remember the 2021 Daytona 500 champion, knows how to win this thing. The idea was simple. Push the 71 to the front and get a Spire car to victory lane. But here's the thing about being that close to the biggest win of your life. When you see the lead, when you feel the run, instinct takes over. The crew gives Hocevar the green light to go. White flag in the air. 2.5 miles between him and his first Cup Series win. 2.5 miles between him and Daytona 500 immortality. And here's the gut punch. He'd been dealing with radio issues all day. He didn't even realize he was taking the white flag. He wasn't fully aware it was the final lap. That's insane to think about. He's leading the Daytona 500 and doesn't even know it's the last lap. As the field charges down the backstretch, he's trying to choose which lane to defend. The top line starts building a huge run. Erik Jones in the number 43 Toyota makes contact. Hocevar gets slightly off-center. Maybe he doesn't commit all the way up. Maybe the air shifts him. Maybe it's just Daytona being Daytona. He gets hooked, straight into the outside wall, from first to spinning into the fence in seconds, and then it explodes. Behind him, Riley Herbst throws a desperate late block on Brad Keselowski. More wrecking. Cars sliding across the line sideways. Chase Elliott crashes before the checkered flag. Absolute pandemonium. And through all of that smoke, slipping through clean, was Tyler Reddick in the number 45 Toyota for 23 Weeks Racing. He led one lap all day, the final lap, and wins the Daytona 500 for co-owners Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. Second place, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Third, Joey Logano sliding across the stripe. Carson Hocevar, 18th, after leading at the white flag. 18th. And you could hear it in his voice after the race. That mix of professionalism and heartbreak. He kept it composed. But you know those what-if thoughts were screaming in his head. Here's the wild part, though. 18th is actually his best Daytona 500 finish ever. His previous starts, 40th and 30th. Progress is progress. Those 7 stage points, they put him 9th in the regular season standings with 36 points to start 2026. He did everything right. Smart strategy, fuel saving, avoided wrecks, helped teammates, executed pit stops, put himself in perfect position. And at Daytona, sometimes perfect still isn't enough. That's why this sport keeps us hooked. It builds you up and rips your heart out in the same afternoon. Now looking ahead, this matters. Early season points matter. Confidence matters. And I truly believe this run changes how the garage views Carson Hocevar. He proved he can control a super speedway race. He proved he can execute under pressure. The win didn't come. But the statement? Oh, that was loud. And as we move deeper into this season, into the playoff picture, into those pressure-packed cutoff races, moments like this shape a driver. They either break you or they sharpen you. And something tells me this one is going to sharpen him. All right, now I want to hear from you. Was that just hard racing? Was it a lane choice mistake? Was it just Daytona chaos? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is the kind of finish fans debate all year long. If you felt that heartbreak like I did, hit the like button. It helps more than you think. This is NASCAR Nation Report. We're a new channel building a real community of passionate fans. We're chasing our first 5,000 subscribers, and if you love honest, emotional NASCAR talk every single week, go ahead and subscribe and be part of this from the ground up. Because if this Daytona 500 proved anything, it's that in NASCAR, glory and heartbreak are separated by inches.